Welcome to Blind Power. I know it's been a little bit since we had a little one-on-one video, but I'm here again. Anyway, let's get to the topic of today's subject. Pros and cons about guide dogs, and I'm just gonna give you a little bit of my opinion on this, even though I don't personally have a guide dog, but I've seen and have a lot of friends with guide dogs, and I've seen the issues with them, and I see my personal opinion with them and the problems you can occur when having a guide dog when it comes to traveling, flexibility, and all this stuff. So let's get started. So the pros are the guide dog takes you around, and it's pretty cool to have a dog with you all the time, whether you're in school, home, whatever. It doesn't matter where you're at, and you're allowed to be with your guide dog. Your guide dog is like your cane, and it's that other half of you, man. You know, you're like with your dog, and your dog is just like right there with you, like it's part of you. Now, that's a good thing and a bad thing. I'll put the bad thing in the cons, but here's the thing. The other cool thing is you get to go to community stuff that has to do with guide dogs and little services that you get as a guide dog owner. For example, you get to live in a new location for a month while you get trained for your dog. You get a dog that can do so many cool things. Besides guiding you, the dog can sit, lay down, and all that. The dog is basically there to please you, and that's awesome, man. But and not just that, but the guide dogs are cool. Dogs are legit. They're a human's best friend. But the cons, even though guide dogs are awesome and entertaining when you're bored in an airplane and stuff, you got somebody to chill with all the time, but there's some things. So the first thing is, alright, the guide dog is somewhat trained to not pee or poo in non-designated locations, but sometimes they get sick. They're living beings as well, and they can get a nervous diarrhea or something. What do you know? Wherever you're at, you have to clean the dog's mess, and honestly, I'm not a fan of that. Okay, that's the first con. The second con is the fact that when you travel, especially internationally, you have to get permits for your dog to fly to whatever country. The dog has to be allowed into the country in order for you to go to that country, and you can't leave that guide dog at home for too long, or like a normal pet, because they have their specialty reasons. And I'm gonna put a little vlog from this blind YouTuber. She's pretty good. I'm gonna post the video right here. Check it out. She had to get permits and all these things for her guide dog, and it was Italy or something. She traveled. Pretty legit YouTuber. Definitely got a lot more views than me, but it's alright. Blind Power's growing. And she basically had to get a bunch of permits and stuff. And honestly, I've read after that, it applies to just about every country. You have to be allowed into the country with the dog. And if you want to fly somewhere, that can delay your trip. Alright? Now, we have the pros and the cons. But I'm going to tell you what. Guide dogs are just like, any living being, any dog. They attract other people, right? And people want to pet the guide dog and stuff. And, it's cool because the dog's working and you can't let them pet, but guide dogs get you a lot of new friends too. And honestly, that's what almost got me to get one. I'm like, man, you have a guide dog, and the guide dog kind of helps you get around, and you make new friends, because everybody wants to pet your dog even though they can't when their dog's working. And I was about to almost, but the cons are what kind of got me away from that, because I like to travel, I like to be independent, And like, if I think about it, I'm like, what if I skate, you know? Or I go on a trip where, you know, the dog has to like lay down somewhere and it's not a safe place. Like, there's so many little things that I've considered about it. Honestly, I'm not getting one, but those are just my opinions on the whole guide dog situation, if you should get one or not. Keep in mind, this is my opinion. It's not fact. It's none of that, okay? It's just my opinion, and it's what I think. But I think they're still pretty cool. I mean, if you can handle the cons, and you can handle the, you know, responsibility of, you know, having to pick up after the dog, then that's great, you know. Everybody's different, but you know, those are my pros and cons about having a guide dog. I'll see you guys in the next video. Comment, rate, subscribe. You know what I do. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.